Scarecrow, hello, Filmalip family. At the beginning of the film, we see a couple in an empty field who came here to prank their friends. They knew that in a while, their friends would come here to take the Scarecrow. There were a lot of scary stories about it, that the Scarecrow kills everyone. But these people did not believe those stories. These two had also brought some scary masks here, with which they had planned to scare their friends. First, they see the Scarecrow behind them, then they go to a shed made nearby. According to their plan, they wanted to go over the shed to scare everyone, with the help of an old ladder of wood, but that ladder broke. They both fell down, that too very badly that the wooden floor below also broke, and the planks of the floor got stuck in the girl's leg. Blood was flowing like water. She panicked badly. Then suddenly all the blood started sucking some strange wood. When the girl felt that it was shaking, she lost her senses. She screamed loudly. Before the boy can react to her scream, a strange wooden tentacle comes and stabs him in the head, and kills him. After that, it also killed this girl. It was clear that the scary stories of the Scarecrow that they had heard, they were all true. First, someone had imprisoned it in this shed, but because of their fall, that Scarecrow is now free. After a while, that group also comes. To scare them, they had come here before. It is known that a Scarecrow festival is held here. Earlier it was celebrated in these fields, but now because these fields have been sold, this festival will be held in the city this time. But they planned that the Scarecrow will take this field. A student asked the professor that I have heard that that Scarecrow kills people. So the professor said, "These are all stories. Come on, let's do our work." Aaron had also called one of his friends here, whose fields were these. Kristen had also called her other friend, Eddie, here. In this, apart from the university group of those 5 to 6 people, there were other people here. These people are talking that suddenly, Aaron hears the scream of one of his students. When he went and saw, his friends had tied him to the Scarecrow to prank him. But now both the pranking friends were missing. Now Aaron was freeing him with his students. Suddenly, someone pulled his student Beth. She was moving fast backwards. Aaron went to catch her, and from behind, he told his students, "Don't go anywhere from here." But these students did not listen, and he went somewhere else. Here he saw that Kristen had caught Beth and saved her. But now someone started pulling Kristen. Aaron grabbed Kristen's hand and saved her with great difficulty. And after running, these people came to the Scarecrow, where the rest of the people were. Kelvin was missing from here. When these people moved forward, they also found Kelvin lying down. Picking him up, these people ran out of the field. Coming out of the field, these people came to a shed, and they closed the door. They thought that maybe the problem has been solved, but it was not like that. Someone started banging the door hard from behind. They now thought of sealing the doors and windows, before they could pick up some things from here and seal them. A cut body of one of their classmates attaches on the window. Someone had murdered him, and has cut his head and hung his body here. Seeing him, everyone is in a bad state of fear. Everyone is in shock. Before going ahead and doing anything to that body, someone pulled that body and took it away. Everyone's condition had deteriorated a lot due to fear. These people continued to seal the windows, and tried to call the police with Kristen's phone, but there were no signals here. Kelvin started looking for things here for his safety. He found a gun, a bullet, and kerosene oil, which he could use for his safety. Now everyone was wondering who was behind them. A girl says it's a Scarecrow. Because of the Scarecrow, this place is considered very haunted. Who knows if the stories they have heard are true? But Aaron also says that this is all nonsense. It is possible that the one who killed them is an animal, a wild animal. Beth and Kristen, who were pulled by that strange entity, they told its appearance to Kelvin. And when Kelvin sketched them, they got very scared. He looked exactly like a Scarecrow, and looked more like a ghost. After seeing the sketch, Beth's condition was getting worse. She thought that if this is the case during the day, then it will not leave us at night. Its powers will also increase. Beth tells all these people that it is better for us to leave here. But how do they leave? By bus. Whose keys were with that girl? The girl who was murdered. And now Eddie's tractor was left, which was not even running. But Aaron now decides that he will take the risk of starting the same truck, because that truck is their last hope. He tells everyone that I will start the truck and try to go to take the help. If everyone comes out, then someone will die. Beth, who was the most scared, did not like this plan. She did not care about anyone, but she says that I will go with you in the first truck. Before they make a new plan, Beth tells her friend Kelvin that she just wants to save her life. Please do anything. And that boy, listening to her, jumps out of the window without caring about his life. He got into the truck before Aaron left, but when he tried to start the truck did not start. And now on the truck window, we were shown the Scarecrow for the first time. Kelvin was scared to see him. To save him, his group came out. Eddie fired a bullet to kill him, but the gun backfired. Kristen threw kerosene and fire to the truck, but the Scarecrow did not die in it. In fact, their last hope, the truck, was burnt. Everyone had come out now, and could not go back inside, because the Scarecrow had come at the entrance. Now they ran and went to another shed. Inside the shed, the Scarecrow had come out at the start of the movie. Its floor was very fragile. As soon as all these people left, it broke from their weight. As soon as they came here, they got scared, because they had seen the corpses of the two people who had died before in a bad condition, one of which was half-eaten, which the Scarecrow must have eaten. All these people got even more worried after coming into this pit. They thought that the Scarecrow must have been locked up here, and if they stay here, they can easily become the prey of the Scarecrow. That's why they decided to go back up. They tied a rope with a stick and tied it up, and they started climbing up through it. And then with the help of the same rope, all these people came out one by one. The passing police officer sees their truck burning. He comes into these fields to check what is going on here. These people saw the officer. These people come out with weapons to warn the officer, but by then it was too late. The Scarecrow had come out of the ground below. The officer was also scared to see hit, and he immediately took out his gun and tried to shoot the Scarecrow, and quickly went into the shed in front of him. The Scarecrow also followed him, and then the officer's screams were heard. They were sad about the officer's death, but the positive thing was that the officer was in the car, with whose car they could run away from here. Now the car keys could be in the officer's pocket. To take them, they also come inside the shed. Anyway, they went inside and took the keys from the officer's pocket. But while crossing the wall from behind, the Scarecrow grabbed Kristen's face. Its wooden tentacles were all over her face. To save Kristen, a boy came here with his shotgun, and he fired bullets at the Scarecrow, not knowing that nothing was going to happen to it with these bullets. On the contrary, this boy had challenged the Scarecrow's anger, and the Scarecrow killed him now. Now, saving their lives, these remaining 5 people went and sat in the car, and they tried to get out of here, but the Scarecrow came in front of their car. Eddie tried to act smart, and decided to crush this Scarecrow under his car. But as soon as he did this, the Scarecrow put his car aside, and the car collided with his tree and broke down, and now his fuel tank was also leaking. Eddie, who was driving, was in a very bad condition. He was badly injured. Kristen takes off her shirt to stop his blood, and Erin ties Eddie with her shirt. They still felt somewhere that they killed the Scarecrow, but it was not like that. Suddenly, the Scarecrow came and grabbed Kristen from behind. If they had to escape from the Scarecrow, they had to run out of this car. But how did Eddie run? Eddie was injured. Now he decided to save everyone by sacrificing himself. Eddie pushed himself down from the car, and suddenly he grabbed the Scarecrow. He came down from the car and turned on his lighter. There was already petrol there. Along with the car, Eddie was also blasted. But no one knew if the Scarecrow was dead or not. Beth was very scared among them. She came forward without looking back. She didn't even see if her companions were coming or not. In a little while, Aaron also took the rest of the people where Beth was. This was a house. They knocked on the door to ask for help, but they didn't get any response. There was a phone inside that they could call for help. That's why Kristen broke the door and they came inside. Hearing the sound of breaking the door, the owner of the house ran and picked up the gun. He thought them a thief, but they told him all of their conditions, that those people have escaped from the nearby field. Kristen also tells this man that those fields belong to her. When Kristen tells the name of her dad, this man also recognizes her. Kristen told the old man that a strange evil thing is after us. It has killed many of our companions and now it is after us. All he had to say was that the old man understood everything, and he said that it is not after everyone, it is after you. It wants to kill you, because 100 years ago, your family had imprisoned the Scarecrow, and now it will take revenge from you. And your family did this because it was killing your family. And no one knows where it came from 100 years ago. All I know is that every method was tried to kill the Scarecrow, but no method was able to kill it. That's why your family imprisoned it inside their shed. Now how did it get free? Even they didn't know this. This man tells that every year that festival is also celebrated here, that no one should forget about the Scarecrow. Its scary stories are heard in that festival, because everyone was alert before, but it was not clear that where did this Scarecrow come from 100 years ago. For now, this man tries to call the police to call for help, but he saw that the phone is also dead. Now even outside this old man's house, dogs started barking, as if they have seen something very scary. This old man goes out to see them. Oh land, before going, he tells the whole group, whoever stays with Kristen will be killed. As soon as he said this, he went out. He had gone to relax his dogs, but who knew that as soon as he went out, he would die. The Scarecrow took out its tentacle from under the ground and killed it. They were also scared of this man's death. Beth was even more scared of this old man's death. She was also the most cowardly one. She tells everyone that we hand over Kristen to the Scarecrow. It will save our lives. But the whole group refused to do this. So Beth picked up the knife herself and went out. All these people planned to run away through the old man's tractor to save their lives. But then they hear Beth screaming. When they went out to help her, they found out that Beth was only doing drama. She had to call a Kristen outside, and as soon as she called out, she put a knife around Kristen's neck. She threatened that if anyone tried to come into my plan or tried to save Kristen, then I will kill Kristen. Saying this, she called the Scarecrow, and the Scarecrow came here as soon as it heard a voice. Aaron picked up a rope to save Kristen's life, and making a bundle of it, he put it in the tentacle of the Scarecrow, and then he attached that rope to the thresher machine. When the thresher machine pulled the Scarecrow with the rope, so the Scarecrow suddenly got away from Kristen, but it grabbed Beth's leg as it was leaving. The machine quickly crushed the Scarecrow as well as Beth. After that, the Scarecrow did not die, but Beth's mince was made. Now these three had to save their lives and get out of here. Aaron saw a bike there, which he and Kristen started looking at. Now they were inspecting it. Suddenly, the Scarecrow came and stabbed Maria's leg in the back. With the sound of her scream, they both came close to her and took out the tentacle of the Scarecrow from her leg and threw it away. No matter how much they ran to save their lives, the Scarecrow was very close to them, and it was much faster than them. Now Kristen knew that the Scarecrow was actually behind her. She had a plan to distract the Scarecrow. She quickly goes into the cattle farm and puts a big cut on her hand and puts her blood on all the cattles and frees them all. As soon as the cattles ran away, Kristen's blood on his body also spread, and so the Scarecrow followed them. During this distraction, these three got a chance to run away from here. It was morning while running. Aaron was running while taking Maria by his back. Now he thought that these people are safe, but it was not like that. Suddenly, at this time, the Scarecrow comes behind them and stabs Maria's body from behind, which kills Maria there, and Aaron gets injured. Now the Scarecrow was busy eating Maria, so Aaron and Kristen ran ahead. While running, they saw a cruise. It looked very old, but they could get help from here. They decided to go inside it, but what they saw there was that the Scarecrow had come here before them. Seeing him, Aaron did not get scared of him and jumped into the water with him. Seeing this scene, Kristen started crying. She thought that her friend was also killed, but the next moment she saw Aaron came back inside the cruise by swimming. She thought that now, finally, she had gotten rid of the Scarecrow, but it was still her delusion, because the Scarecrow took out its tentacle from behind, stabbed Aaron's back and killed him, and now only Kristen was left. Kristen was furious. She could not bear all these things anymore. So much murder that the Scarecrow had done. She now takes a move. She takes an axe and goes under the cruise. The Scarecrow also followed her and came down. So Kristen immediately set fire and came up. And she closed the way down. She closed the Scarecrow, just like her family did. Her family had just closed the Scarecrow. She set the whole cruise on fire, along with the Scarecrow, and came out. Finally, she was able to save her life. But I don't know if the Scarecrow was dead or not. With this mystery, this story ends here.